Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Rome 2 Siege action. We got a massive 4v4 for you here at everyone's favorite capital, Athens. And as always, let us go over the players on the field of battle, quickly go over army comps, and then we'll get right into it. So we're actually going to, just because this is not necessarily, it's 48 minutes. I guess it's kind of long. Ooh, pardon me. I had to burp. I'm going to do this in slow-mo. I'm going to try to remember to start to do this more often. That way, we don't have to wait as long for the battle to actually start. Okay, so today on the field, we'll start with the defenders, make our way around. And defending, we have Gorm Mjolnir playing as Epirus. Mo playing as Iceni, although it's an O with a slash through it, so I know that is enunciated differently, but I don't know how. Emperor Kendikatsu, who sent in this free play, playing as Gete, and Teddy Cola playing as Swaby. Attacking, we have Big B's playing as RDI, American Duck playing as Galatia, Rogel Dorn playing as Arverni, and Goose 801 playing as Seleucid. So we'll get into the attackers, make our way around, then we'll go over the defenders. So Lucid is bringing what we got here. Through Thorax Swordsman. We have two pikemen over here. We have some Median cavalry, Syrian archers across the board, naturally. Some more Thorax swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what do we got here? Rushing forward. Some hillmen going forward. Probably, I would imagine, to mount up on the tortoises to knock them down. Remember, though, what we've been seeing people doing is taking one cheap unit and moving them from one tortoise to the next to knock down sections of wall as a way to cut back on unit losses. Now that actually rounds out Seleucid's army, which kind of seems a little slim. Personally would not have brought the Cav on attack, but hey, it is what it is. Arverni is bringing what we got here. We have three, or no, what am I talking about, Arverni? This is Galatian. 3 Syrian archers. That's, what is 4, 5, 6, 7 Syrians on the field. That's pretty scary. Noble Horse General, Mercenary Cappadocian Cav, and Galatian Raiders. A big old ballista boy. We have a back line of Galatian Legionaries. 1, 2, 3 Galatian swords, and then 3 more Galatian Legionaries, and then once again, that appears to be it for Galatia. And then moving on to our Arverni, they have Oathsworn General, 1, 2, 3, 4 more Oathsworn in the back, 2 Chosen Swords, 3 Celtic Warriors. Naturally, we have to assume that there are 4 Gallic Hunters lurking around somewhere. We have 3, oh, hello, we got another Hillman over here, okay. And then 3 Levy Freemen moving about their way. Oh, look at this, Iceni's coming on out. Let's see. And then finally, RDI is... What? Illyrian Noble Hoplite General in the Siege Tower already. That's interesting. We have some 1, 2, and 3. 3 more Illyrian Noble Hoplites. Possibly 4. Yes, we have 4. Definitely a scary unit. Then we got some Illyrian Thurio Spears. What do we got here? Another Illyrian Noble Hoplite. All right, never mind. And then Celtic Warriors, Illyrian Thurio Spears, 1, 2, 3 more Thurio Spears. Slave Slingers, of course, 4 of those. And then, what do we got in the back here? Another Thurio Spear and another Celtic Warrior. Now, Iceni, let's go over Iceni before they get either wiped out or do some wiping out of their own. Levy Freeman, we have Swordband, and Swordband. Now, of course, we have some Breton Slingers and Levy Freeman up on the wall over here. What else we got? We have 2 units of Chariots. Definitely scary, so they're going to have to be wary of that. Heroic Noble General. Another sword. I think we already counted that one. What do we got here? We have some more Sword Band. Another unit of Breton Slingers. And then Chosen Sword Band. And, oh, we have some... Whoa, what's going on over here? I didn't realize that there was Cav over here. Sally out. All right, cool. Veteran Riders. Ambushers, and then another unit of Chariots. And don't forget, they have the Scorpion here too, so if they can find A good place to set up with the Scorpion. They will rack up the kills. Honestly, I think it probably would have been better. Maybe, possibly, right here, up on this hill. And then they could have fired right on into the breaches. But anyway, I digress. Swaby is bringing what we got here. We have a unit of Dramatic Slingers. 2 units of Bloodsworn over here. A couple more Bloodsworn, I would imagine. Yep, some more Slingers. Can't really go wrong with Slingers, can you? They have a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but they have some quite a bit more ammo. Hex Bearers, some more Slingers, and the range is pretty good. Hypothetically speaking, I feel the Slingers should do more damage than Archers, because if you think a weighted lead bullet compared to a arrowhead connected to a shaft, yeah, I think that lead bullet's going to do more damage. Wolf Warriors back here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then, of course, we have a Noble Rider General, Wall-mounted Artillery, and then, oh, over here, too, Dramatic Slingers, and then what do we got? More, oh, everybody's favorite, Club Levy and Bloodsworn. All right, and that appears to be it. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Keep forgetting that there are 4 armies on the field of battle that we have to go over for each side. Epirus is bringing some Thurio Spears. We got Mercenary Sam Knights, of course, and we got some Cretan Archers here. Generals, Royal Peltas, a little too close for my comfort. Front line here, Hellenic Royal Guard up in front and center. Militia Hoplite, some more Cretans, more Mercenary Etruscan Hoplites, Thurio Spears. What do we got up here? Thurio Spears? Mercenary Italian Spears. That's not what I would have up on the walls, but to each their own. And then here we go. What do we got? The Sicilian Cav. And that looks to be it for Epirus. And last but not least, Getae. Unit of Spear Horsemen here. Noble Horsemen. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Bow Horse. Mercenary Axe Warriors, quite a few. We'll probably see at least 5. I think that's how many they can bring. Falksmen. We have, of course, the Noble Swords. Diet Oathsworn. More Falksmen. Noble Swords. Walmart Artillery. Oh, look at this. Spear Horse charging right on out. Very, very aggressive. And that actually appears to be it for Getae. Alright. So, let's get this into normal speed and get right into it. We're already into some of the action here with Getae charging out, going after these Levy Freemen here, managing to, looks like they took out, what, 4 guys? Lost 10, so not necessarily cost effective, but what are you going to do? And we got over here Illyrian chariots, charged them right into the opera. Honestly, he should not have charged the chariot. No, don't. Just wait. Should not have charged the chariots out, especially when there were hoplites and so many spear units over here. Just ended up being a waste. Not that they can't get kills. I mean, they're probably 86, not bad. And he just plowed right through the sides of these guys. So some of these dudes aren't going to get back up. Potentially, they could come back. There's 7 left. But they're going to accidentally smash into the Levy Freeman here as well. Will cause some damage there. Jump the number up to over 100, so that's nice. And then, of course, potentially they're going to just keep on smacking into people. And if we're really lucky, they'll also actually make the attackers end up using their ammunition, which almost looked like that's what was going to... No, they are firing, so quite possibly. What are we firing at? Yes, they are. All right, so there's a boon. So now they're completely broken, but the attackers are wasting their javelins on a broken and fleeing unit. So that's always a positive. That's why one of the things that I like to do, whether I'm playing single player or I'm playing a multiplayer battle, is for my infantry that do have javelins. I like to... What's over here? What's over? I did not see them over here. Wow. Could Seleucid actually potentially pull this off? Probably not, because we got a bunch of guys over here. But anyway, like I was saying, infantry units that have javelins, I like to turn off fire at will. So that way, if there are broken and routing units from the enemy, they won't be throwing their javelins at a unit that's not going to be coming back onto the field of battle. Seleucid now has had his attention completely diverted to this very, very small force here. Honestly, if he teamed up with Galatia, the cav that they have together, I think that they could probably pull off getting rid of the cav, and of course the shock cav and the veteran riders here. I think they would have a pretty decent time and not have to allocate. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. His entire army, essentially. His entire army has been diverted to deal with not necessarily a large threat. I mean, this is one of the things that I talk about sometimes. You can't let Sally outs scare you. Especially, I feel as far as Sally outs go, this one's kind of slow. Not that they're... Let me slow this down. I have to. I'm sorry. I know some of you don't like that. I apologize. But I just want to make sure that I get this in here before we move on to something else. And I don't want to miss anything that's going on over here. But Sally outs like this, where it's slow, not hard hitting, does not require this level of attention. In my opinion. This is how I feel, okay? Because what is Seleucid doing? Think about this. What is Seleucid really doing here? With his entire army. Like, save for 2 units. He's abandoning his allies to deal with the full force of the Athenian defenders. I would not have come here to meet them. Okay? You have all this space right here. Right? You don't need to plug up this gap. What you need is some spearmen right here. Not a big line, just not necessarily even in an even line. You could do it like this. Okay? A little spaced out. And then your cav, you put wherever. Alright? Because your cav's not going to make it into the settlement to begin with anyway. Right? So you don't need them up here by the walls. Even if you decided to charge them in, it's not going to make a difference. Because even if you charge them in, they're just going to get bogged down because of the siege equipment that's here. And then, of course, I mean, the Epirus decided to put pikes right here. What do you think is going to happen when you charge your cab into a breach and they're met with pikes? Okay? He's being completely and utterly distracted. He should, as I said, 1 or 2 spear units over here, and then his cav over here. Along with some of Galatia's cav, the Cappadocian cav over here. And that would absolutely 100% be enough to hold back Gete's Sally out. Because all he really has here are the bow horsemen, who don't have a great range. They do have a good missile attack, that is for sure. Don't have a great range. They don't have great armor. And they have terrible melee defense. Alright, so if he were to come close with his bow horsemen, you can counter with the cav, you can push the spearman forward, or hell, you can even fall back a little bit and maybe trick him into falling into your trap with archers nearby. Now, are these archers close enough to fire? Absolutely, definitely. That's probably what I would be doing too, is just focusing down 1 or 2 of these bow horsemen to get them out of here and really weaken his ability to harass. But unfortunately, oh no, he's sending everybody over now. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's go back to normal speed, see what's going on over here. Because we have an absolute fight on our hands. RDI has made their way into the settlement, pushing their way through. Illyrian Noble Hoplites over here, only 30 kills, down to 71 men. Not doing too hot. And usually Iceni is not the best of factions. I'll give them this. Iceni is definitely a better defensive faction than they are attacking. That much is for sure. I mean, let's just take a look at the general. Armor is 75, melee defense is 69, and then the chosen sword band here, armor is 75, melee defense is 59. Even the sword band, melee defense is 52. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. But the attack is not that great. Weapon damage is alright, melee attack is terrific, and armor is alright, it's only 45. but definitely more of a defensive faction. I feel like we're still moving in slow-mo, but I think it's just the replay itself. So RDI losing one of its Illyrian 30 spears, 125, 24 men dropping like flies, only 60 kills. And so far, RDI is not having the best of times. Really, yeah, not having the best of times. I mean, they sent in their elites first, which honestly, not necessarily always a terrible idea to do. I mean, it's kind of like a shock and awe type of thing, I would say. Because, you expect everyone to use or save your elite troops for later in the battle. So what's going to be in the front lines in defense? It's going to be the cheaper ones because that's what they're expecting as well. So yeah, if you throw in a bunch like Oathsworn right off the bat, they're going to cut through Bloodsworn pretty easy. Celtic Warrior's not doing too hot, but neither are the Bloodsworn here or the Bloodsworn here. But the Sam Knights are holding on, 107 men, 73 kills. Bloodsworn here is starting to waver, 68 kills, 18 men left. How are we doing with this one? 48, 117. Celtic Warriors, however, 39 kills, 89 men left. And then the Oathsworn only have a handful of kills apiece. That's because they have been tossing their javelins. RDI pushing forward ever more. And I seen it kind of giving up a little bit of ground here. You notice that they're not actually giving up the gatehouse just yet. They don't want these towers firing at them. But they did disembark their slingers from the walls. Hopefully they still have ammo, actually. Yes? Yeah, they do. So honestly, look, the best thing that they could potentially do right now, especially since all that RDI can bring is slingers themselves, would be to move these slingers back this way, okay? Come back this way, you're going to have them set up behind the buildings. They won't be able to fire at you, but you know what you'll be able to fire at? Their hoplites and all these guys. Yes, it's their shield arms. They're going to be able to block those incoming lead projectiles a little bit easier, but at least you wouldn't be getting shot at by the slave slingers here. Remember, slingers can't fire over buildings or walls, and even if they do get some projectiles over, it's only some. It's not a lot. So exactly right here, he's in a perfect position to just be hammering away at these guys. And if I remember correctly, I think slingers do get a small, let's see, missile damage. Yes. 6 AP damage. Let's compare that to, let's see, can we find some archers somewhere? They are slingers. Who has archers? I know they do. Let's see what Arverni's AP damage is like with their missiles. 4. Okay, so keep that in mind. Slingers get an AP damage of 6. Gallic Hunters get 4. What about the Cretans? What are we doing over here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Okay, let's slow it down. Alright, Seleucid went all in, and it appears that they are now paying the price for it. They actually got... Oh god, this was brilliant. It seems like potentially that Getae fell back. Seleucid possibly may have fallen for the bait. Chariots came on out. And now they are wrecking house. Veteran riders are on their way out, unfortunately. Chariots are too, but they're up to 274 kills. They laid down one hell of a hurt. And let's see what the Syrian heavy archers get here as far as... Can I please look? I need to know. Syrian heavy archers, what do you get? They also only get 4. All right, there you go. Slingers get AP damage of 6. All archers only get AP damage of 4. So, Seleucid, unfortunately, has dropped the ball. All right, he may have put a little bit of a hurt on Getae for sure, absolutely, but he keeps getting drawn out. These arrow towers, if they have the range, are absolutely going to be firing at Seleucid and chipping away at their defenses, or their units. But in the long run, you now no longer have a full contingent of each unit. Okay? Not to say that they don't have some, but they don't have a lot. I mean, some are more depleted than others. Chariots at 279 kills in the end, not bad. Spear horsemen fleeing as fast as they can. 15 men left. 44 kills, not too bad. Let's go back to regular speed here. And so, yeah, now he keeps getting pulled away farther and farther and farther. And so, honestly, he's lost this engagement. He might have won, but he lost in the same time. Because he just kept chasing them. And now, I mean, look, now, you know, these guys are fresh, but by the time they get back over here, they might be tired, exhausted, you know, they're not going to be fresh, and they're depleted. So by the time that they get back over here and make their way into the breach, it ain't going to be good. Galatia, in the meantime, is holding off, not really doing anything, probably waiting for Seleucid to come back here. And honestly, oh yeah, they're out. Okay, so wisely they set up so they could take out these guys. Italian spear rather, up on the wall. They're not stuck there, are they? No, they're not. Did he lose any because of that? He did. That's why you never have troops up on the wall when there's tortoises on the field of battle. Meanwhile, RDI and Arverni are still trying to push their way through here, to try and make as much headway as they possibly can. Falksmer, Axe Warriors, rather, have been sent in here to hold the line against the unit of Oathsworn and Levy Freeman. Levy Freeman will do good against Oathsworn. Not so much. They are losing slightly, however, but the Axe Warriors are losing decisively. But it looks like he's reforming right here, potentially to javvy into the sides of not only the Levy Freeman, but also the Oathsworn there as well. RDI seems to have stopped pushing forward at the moment, sending forward some Thurio spears there. But of course, we still have... I forgot about this. 56 kills so far. They're going to do some serious damage to these guys right here. That's going to be terrific. And we still have another unit of chariots lurking in the back. So far, so good. A pretty hefty defense has been held here today. And looks like Empress is shifting around some Cretan archers, possibly moving them, and then, gonna go after the Syrians. Not a terrible idea. These guys aren't firing at anything. They seem to have lost a few men here already. But these guys are pretty well protected. And still, now he's setting up again. Looks like, though, he's going to be sending these 3 units of Thorax Swordsmen over to assist. And the Bow Horsemen are back. Don't really have too many Syrians left, so that's a good news for Getae. Should be able to inch ever closer and start picking away. Yeah, looks like he might be going after the pikes. Oh, no, he's going to get rid of the rest of the archers. Honestly, not a bad idea. I mean, it's only 30, but that's still 30 arrows coming your way. He could potentially poke you in the eye. Meanwhile, over here, what do we got? Bloodsworn have been sent in. One of them is losing decisively. What are we fighting against here that they're losing decisively? The Noble? I feel like they should... Oh, you know what? It's because they're getting peppered down by the Gallic Huntsmen. Gallic Hunters. If they weren't getting shot by the Gallic Hunters, they would be having a field day right now. Meanwhile, what do we got going over here? Are these units still over here? They are. He's way over here. Oh, where'd those hillmen went? They've just disappeared. All right, well, whatever. Man, I would like to see Galatia's falling back. Okay. There are spears up in the wall. That's probably why he wants to get out of their range. And it looks like he has managed to do so. What do we got going on over here? Axe Warriors and Wolf Warriors holding the line against some Chosen Swords. Damites in reserve. Slingers moving up. Bloodsworn, unfortunately, starting to waver. 105 men left. Iceni is shifting around. Be interesting to see what happens here. And of course, we got the slingers up here just firing away. Are they? Could have swore I saw. Oh, no, maybe not. Do they have any kills? 23. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Are these guys out? 76 kills. Don't tell me you're out. They are not, so that's good. And how are we doing here? 159. Oh my gosh. These guys are going to get wrecked. And it's going to be all collateral damage, too, because you have to think about how that bolt is being fired. I mean, he's aiming at these guys, but absolutely 100% he could hit these Illyrian Thurio spears and just continue on through those men. So Iceni is holding it down over here and doing a damn good job of it. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of units left, but RDI is being ground down to a standstill. Look at this, though. This might bite them in the ass, though. He might be too close, and that might glitch the wall out. So we'll have to see. I think that's what's going to happen. Strong possibility here. What's going to happen? Is it going to actually break, or is it going to... Okay, he was close. He wasn't close enough. All right. Oh, looks like Chosen Swords over here unfortunately got smacked. Now, here's the problem with this. Not that it's a bad idea, because it's not. It's a good idea. The problem with the execution of this is that he's sending in Illyrian Thurio spears. Really, what you would actually want, one or two of these Oathsworn, and maybe even one of these Galatian legionaries over here, okay? To swarm on in and charge into the back. Because these Thurio spears, I confidently will say I think the Swordman should be able to take care of these guys. Melee defense isn't good. I mean, it's alright, but it ain't great. Compared to the Swordman's melee defense, it's one above. So, yeah, I don't think that they're going to actually make any headway there. And then still, we got nothing going on over here. Everyone's just kind of hanging out. Seleucid's just kind of hanging out. Oh, Seleucid is getting dismantled. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, so Seleucid continually letting his army get dismantled one by one. Royal Peltis only have 4 kills. They probably still have some jabbies left. But the Spear Horse and the Noble Horse and the Bow Horse are doing a bang-up job over here of dismantling Seleucid. And Galatia, I think, is going to have to worry quite a bit. Only 42 kills for the Ballista? Really? No, I guess most of the stuff here is actually... Yeah, it's hidden, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, Seleucid did not have a great day. Seleucid had a terrible day. Oh, brother. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, there it goes. Levy, Thurio Spear, thwarted before they could even make any type of headway. Iceni's general is in here now, holding the line. Combat is even. Another unit of Bloodsworn in here. Losing some Celtic Warriors. Not really surprising. Celtic Warriors are pretty good at what they do. Bloodsworn, though, are definitely better. Bloodsworn also get a bonus for infantry. They must be getting shot at. That has to be it. I forget that they get a bonus to infantry. Iceni's falling back. Interesting. And again, we still have some chariots here. Now might be a pretty deep... Well, not really, because he's got Cav here. I think Cav does counter chariots pretty good. Aggressively, though. Look at this. Iceni's being super aggressive over here. Swordman losing. No surprise, really. There's only 29 guys left. But look at this. Chosen Swordman going to charge. Quite possibly right into the back of these Illyrian Noble Hoplites. That will hopefully get them out of here. Just look at all the bodies on the floor. My goodness. In the words of Tim from the original Jurassic Park movie, when they saw the T-Rex eat the Gallimimus, so much blood. Anyway, Arverni, it appears, has been ground down to a standstill as well. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4 Oathsworn left. 5 if you count this one. Only 77 men left though. 202 kills for them. 210 for the Scorpion, however. And now it looks like, oh, here we go. I hope he can manage to pull some stuff off here. Definitely going to be able to wreck these Celtic Warriors, charging right into the rear. They're going to try and countercharge. Too late, unfortunately. Illyria Noble Hoplite General trying to get in the shield wall, but not only is he moving, but shield wall was done a little too late, so they're going to take some damage there, and they are also facing behind. These guys are going to keep pulling on through. Like I said, that's what you do with chariots. Chariots and elephants, the only two that it is kosher to do that. Oh, it looks like RDI, however, has captured the gatehouse. Not the best of situations, but that is what it is. Chariots down to 60 men, up to 16 men, up to 143 kills. That's going to keep on climbing, or 139 rather. Oathsworn and shield wall, so that's going to prevent them from going anywhere. Again, shield wall just, oh, it happened just in the nick of time. And now they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, and unfortunately you can't go down this alleyway either, so they're going to have to try and wiggle their way out of this to try and survive. And yeah, there they go. Going to start to waver and break, but they're going to ping pong off of some of these guys here, and that'll be the end of them. 100, let's see, how many? 152, not bad. It looks like he's actually going to start to come back, which if that's the case, then he could just turn him right around and go after these slingers and help out the, never mind. Larry Noble Hoplite's not doing too hot. General looks like finally got turned around just in the nick of time. Wolf Warriors charging on in. And RDI looks like they have seen the end. Seleucid, meanwhile, over here is just not doing hot. They're done for. I mean, he still has 3. Nope. I can't even say that he has 3 because these are pretty close. They might get glitched. They might get glitched. What was the point of this? Seleucid's definitely a new player. Which is not an issue. I mean, we all have to start somewhere. We all have to suck before we're good, so. But yeah, Seleucid unintentionally dropped the ball over here. And alright, they weren't glitched, so that's good. We'll be able to get these Thorax Swordsmen. Honestly, the best place that these Thorax Swordsmen could be sent is over here. Send them over here. Everything over here is so... What do we have? Royal Peltis, right? Yeah, and then Throw Spear. The 3 Thorax Swordsmen absolutely could probably take on the Royal Peltists here, and of course the Mercenary Axe Warriors. But Epirus is coming over here and reinforcing. That is some good teamwork there. Love to see it. These Italian Spears got kind of beat up. Oh, these are the ones that were up on the wall. But, I mean, Galatia still hasn't gone and done much. He doesn't have much over here to send in this way, so... and especially his archers, too. All of his archers have been shifted over. There's Hellenic Royal Guard over here. This is like one of the best pike units in the game. One of. So if he tries to move in with these guys, even if they throw the javelins, the problem with throwing the javies outside the wall through breaches like this is that the majority of them end up hitting the tortoise. And then if he tries to move in, you could just reform the pike line so it fits perfectly into the breach, and then you're just getting stabbed to death by really long poles. Nobody wants that. Oh, no. 240, though. That's what we're ending with. Where's the Scorpions? Or they were just getting shot at. Okay. Honestly, they might have been out of ammo anyway, so. 240 kills. Slingers, 47 kills. They probably should... Really? 47 and they don't have any ammo left? This is the problem with slingers, okay? Yes, they do have a better AP value than archers, but yeah, they don't do as much missile damage, even though they probably should. And you have to make sure that you get a good angle with them, okay? Because firing straight on with slingers is not going to do you anything. I mean, I think we all know this. It needs to be either on the side, the weapon arm, not the shield arm. Go for the weapon arm, or it has to be behind. You have to be shooting them in the back with slingers if you want to really rack up a lot of kills, or you just go with Rhodians or Balearics. But yeah, you need with slingers, you have to absolutely 100% work the angles. Archers, you don't necessarily have to for whatever reason. I think it's kind of dumb. But slingers, you have to. So, RDI, for the most part, I think we can all agree is pretty much done for. The part of me that is playing the RDI campaign is crying right now. But also I'm happy that the defenders are winning. Thorax Swords managed to actually finally make their way into the settlement. 30 kills and rising, but they are getting shot at and taking on some Samnite warriors who are a pretty tough nut to crack. 95 armor, 55 melee defense, and melee attack and weapon damage at 36 and 34. Not terrific, but definitely not terrible. They should be able to hold there for quite some time. It looks like that the archers are getting shot at too by the Germanic slingers. Of course, we still have some Falksmen over here as well. Didn't we have some over here? Or maybe they got sent out? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know where his other Falksmen went. He might have used them already. Falksmen, don't forget, because they have that giant meat cleaver of a sword, get a hidden penetration bonus, or hidden damage bonus against cavalry. Probably because they can either A, chop off their heads and or their legs. Probably more historically accurate that they went for the leg of a horse. So yeah. Just imagine that. Getting charged at and you just go for the knee. Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg with the giant meat cleaver of your sword. And look at this. Galatia sneaking on over. This is what I said should have been done. They're going for it. Galatian legionaries are going to be tough enough to crack, and they have been sitting idle and waiting for a moment to pounce. And there are 160 men strong. They're active. And they're going to be able to demolish pretty much most of anything that's going to get in their way. Galatia just set up a defensive line over here. Not that there's really much of anything left over here to really threaten. Galatia actually sent over his Cappadocian Cav to help Seleucid. I would love to have known what the chat box looked like. That's the one thing that I wish the replays would give us is that you could see like what's being written in the text box. Of course, we can't get that. It's all right though. We can imagine. We can use our imaginations. Imagination, and then I part my hands, and in between my hands parting is a rainbow, and then words show up, and it says imagination. There you go. There's the visual for you. Noble Riders coming on in for a nice big charge against these Galatian legionaries and Thurio spears. Probably going to do some pretty decent damage. He's definitely going to want to get them out of there quick, though, because sooner or later, the Thurio spears are going to start to put a hurting on. And then we have the Royal Peltus here, firing right into the back of the Galatian legionaries. Good move on Epirus for shifting his general around the corner so that he wasn't the first thing that anyone saw. And then popping back out at the last minute to just absolutely obliterate these Galatian legionaries. Slingers 2 firing at them. So these guys are just getting shot at from all angles. And then, yeah, moving like this. That's not going to help too much either. Another big charge on those Thurio spears. Meanwhile, the Epirus's general is going to take on these Galatian legionaries, but unfortunately for the legionaries, that's not going to go their way, especially since there's only 52 of them left. But really, I mean, Epirus got lucky in this. That he only ended up having to play a support character, which, look, in the long run, it definitely works out better. It's good. I think that if Galatia had stuck to their guns and attacked Epirus, then quite possibly RDI and Arverni over here maybe would have had a little bit of a better time. They definitely would have been beat up and depleted, but I don't think that Iceni would be here and Swaby as much. Galatian legionaries have been routed relatively easily. Royal Peltus only lost 3 men out of that unit. Noble Swords getting on into the action. Tossing their javelins. What do we have here? Etruscan Hoplites holding it down. Going after these Oathsworn while the Noble Swords volley on into the side here. You can see that their shields are managing to block a fair amount of these javelins, but even still, that's still going to hurt some in the long run. Slave Slingers, 149 kills. See, he got 149 kills. And he's still... No, they're out. So... Cretans still have ammo. I don't know where the rest of his archers are. Let's see if we can find them. There's one over here. 155 kills, 119 men left. There you are, out of ammo. Yeah, I don't think he has any more archers left. He might have lost one of them. And then he only has these guys left, and they're at 75 kills. It's always good. You want to try and hold on to something that has ranged capabilities in the long run. Oops, Swaby's general's starting to waver. Archers are good. Archers are probably your best bet because they can fire up and over buildings. And right now in this particular situation, I mean, if they had some archers, say like right over here or something like that, I mean, obviously they're firing into these thorax swords over here, so that's good. But if they had more archers, they could potentially fire into the Oathsworn over here or pepper down something. Anything. Slow down for a second. Trying to get a pick. Let's see. Oh, they were trying to find a gap. Too many men, though. Too many men to fit through there. Let's see if we can find something else here. This guy holding on for dear life, doing a hell of a job of it, too. So good for them. Galatia is in here now. Royal Peltus taking on some Galatian swords, doing a hell of a job. Noble swords and Wolf Warriors banging up these Galatian swordsmen. You know what? What about this? Right? From the perspective of up top, get all a little artsy fartsy and like. Nah, not that great. Not that great. Here we go. Looks like Italian spears are still hanging on, man. Good on them. Heroic Noble General losing decisively. Not really surprised. Look at this. They're actually beating these dudes. Are they getting shot at too? No, they aren't. Hell of a job. Hell of a job. All right, let's go back to regular speed. We'll wait to find something good. Problem here now is that Epirus's general has kind of boxed himself into a corner he's not going to be able to get out of. And Galatia absolutely knows it. It looks like he's trying to get away, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Galatian Legionary is going to collapse in on the Royal Peltish General. They might be able to fight their way out of this corner, but then again, you're just going to have another Galatian Legionary, and just more and more and more to deal with. Ooh! Galace's Cappadocian Cav finding an opening somewhere. Where? I don't know. Unless they just pulled through something? That might have been it. Getting a nice charge off, though, on the back of the Hellenic Royal Guard. And they need to respond quickly to deal with the situation. Otherwise, the Hellenic Royal Guard is going to be gone soon. Here we go. Oathsworn versus their Diet counterparts. I know, slow-mo. I'm sorry. But look, it's just better to get pictures this way. It's easier for me to pause it when I think I see something cool. I know this might be a little annoying, but I'm not going to go back and watch the replay again just so I can get a screenshot. So I will apologize for that, but also I'm not sorry. So sorry, but not sorry. Let's see. No, don't break. Don't break. I need you to fight and die for me. God damn it, Bobby. Oh, they're not breaking. They're falling back. Okay. There we go. There's one unit more. I would have pulled these guys back. Oh, switching them out with Sand Knights. Cool. The Galatia's inside. This poor general is doing what he can. 221 kills. A Pyrrhic. It's not a Pyrrhic victory. What am I talking about? Does anyone know actually where the term Pyrrhic victory comes from? If you guess correctly in the comments, you get 10 points. What do those 10 points go to? I'm not exactly sure, but you get them. Alright, so let's look. I mean, what can we do here? What can the defenders do? Bounce power is in the favor of the attackers, actually. But that doesn't mean jack diddly. 83 kills for these archers. Do they have still ammo? They do, and they're about to start firing, so that's good. Hellenic Royal Guard here still holding on strong. They are losing at the moment, only because the Thorax Swordsmen have managed to wrap themselves around. But yeah, get these Club Levy in here to smash away at them and then pull the Hellenic Royal Guard back, please. No, don't push these guys forward. This is a nice choke point. I think they need to hold this. This right here as best as they possibly can. But pushing the pikes in. All the swords are losing. No surprise. Of course, we got the Sam Knights here taking on the Oathsworn General. Ooh, charge, or we're gonna pop something here. There we go. Switching. Good awareness, Arverni. Very good awareness. Now he's got to fill this gap here, though. There you go. What about his archers? Out of ammo. Yeah, all out of ammo, so good. Not here though. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, if Arverni or if Galatia was paying attention, oh, they would be going after these guys immediately. 30 Spears moving up. Did they have ammo left? 16 kills, so they might. Strong possibility that they could. Oathsworn General is falling back. Down to 81 men. They are losing decisively, so he needs to get out of there. Aggressively pushing forward. Gete pursues. Smashes into the Oathsworn here. 30 Spears moving around. Pikes have moved into an angled fashion here to hold back this Oathsworn unit. But again, they're kind of giving up their backs, so they need to be careful of these Syrians here. Or they're going to cease to exist. Seleucid, it's somehow still in the game. But it looks like they're just having a pretty terrible go of it. Epirus over here, meanwhile, moved on out. Militia Hoplites chasing down some Slave Slingers, going for some easy victories here. Same over here. Slave Slinger is going to go in against some Italian Spearmen. Just, I guess, to fight. We're getting into a little bit of a scrap there, yeah? 30 Spears. Are they? Do they have ammo? No, they don't. Here we go. Moving up. We're going for a charge. No? Got a pretty good charge bonus. 28. It's not bad. They got Javies left, though. Right into the side of these Noble Swords. That's going to dwindle their numbers. Post haste. And there we go. Samnites charging on in to prevent that from happening. It looks like that might have been the last. I don't know. They still have a couple. Syrians are being sent in now. Not only 93 kills. You got to be kidding me. Do they not have more? They might over here. So far, so good, though. Defenders are doing a hell of a job right now. What went on here? Oh, I see. Okay. He calmed them up. Sent them on in. Royal Pelt is still falling back. Seems like they were losing against the Wolf War. Oh, they are. They're losing decisively. Seriously? Or is it just because he's pulling them back? I think it's just because he's pulling them back. If he left them in there, they'd be doing a hell of a job. Well, what are you going to do? Man, what are you going to do? People like to play how they want to play. Anyway. Got some wavering going on over here. Quite a bit. There go the archers. I wish this bush wasn't here. There we go. Push him back. Pikes move forward. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, he's got to be careful, though. This... Hold on. Sorry, that's like some wonky camera work. I know. I apologize. Galatian swords getting beat up by some Militia Hoplites. Even with the tower there. Going after the ballista crew. Pikes coming in. Have to be a little careful. Not super careful. Oh, Pike v Pikes. Pike action. Regular pikemen, how many are left? 63 against 103. Hellenic Royal Guard will definitely end up winning this fight. For sure. You can't really reform. Oh, there is the tiniest of gaps. Right here. Right here. Very tiny. Not engaged, but he does need to reform this line. Going back to Samnites. 30 Spears left to defend. Square formation, so they'll hold on for a fairly decent amount of time. Thessalian Cav could probably be sent forward and get a nice little charge off on these guys as they wrap around this 30 Spear unit. Noble Horsemen charging on forward. Gonna get a pretty decent charge off on these guys because they're still moving. And we stop. Okay, never mind. Meanwhile, I mean, this Pike unit has been doing a hell of a job for how many guys are left. There we go. Now you're winning. do something like this with the Acropolis in the background. Volksmen coming on in, and they're going to start to shred these Thorax swordsmen. Do slow-mo again. There we go. That's it right there. Off center a little bit. Zoom down one more. Still got the Acropolis in the background. Friggin' Johnny over here is looking at Danny getting stabbed. He's gonna get super pissed. Go into a battle rage and start slashing people. Let's take a look. Watch, he's gonna go, no, no, and then he dies too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway. All right, let's take stock of the situation here. In reality, Galatia is pretty much the last man standing on the attacking team. Seleucid still has a couple of numbers left, but not a whole lot. Looks like their pikemen have finally gotten totally destroyed over here. But so has Epirus's pikes as well. Swabies throwing in their slingers, so it's everything but the kitchen, everything and the kitchen sink, I should say. Here's the last remaining defensive force. So, oh, but Seleucid's general just broke thanks to these Volksmen and their AP capabilities. They're going to slice and dice away. Wolf Warriors over here taking on the Thorax Swords. They're actually starting to pull back. They're going to lose more numbers than if they had stayed and fought. Seleucid, once again, making a mistake. Hellenic Royal Guard taking on the pikes from Seleucid, doing a hell of a job. Oathsworn General looks like he was moving over here to join, changed his mind. Thessalian Cab charged right on into these Oathsworn, losing decisively. How many kills do they have? 33, 79 men left. They're going to continue to cycle charge, but as they were trying to get away, Noble Horse came around and smashed right on into them. Noble Horsemen here, and what do we have? The last remaining Sam Knights taking on, well, besides the one in the victory circle, taking on some Galatian swords, or Galatian legionaries. Well, I can only imagine that the Noble Horseman General is going to try and cycle charge as much as humanly possible. Bow Horsemen coming in around to help out the Thessalian Cav, taking on the Noble Horse. Hopefully they can turn the tide of battle. But we'll just have to wait and see. And honestly, is there nothing else? Is nothing else. This is it. 5 minutes. And I don't think well, if they can get rid of this Thorax Swords here and then come around and smack into the rear of these units. Oh, he pulled his pikes back. Honestly, probably a pretty decent idea. But Galatia just has too many almost full-strength units for the defenders to win, I think. I mean, they're trying to do what they can, but 231 for the Noble Horseman General from Getae, 65 for the Legionaries. They're losing decisively against the Sam Knights. Outnumbered by a handful. It definitely helps, of course, that these guys are charging continuously into them. Thessalian Cab also smashing into these guys. They're trying to free up these Sam Knights as quickly as possible so they can get over here. It looks like the other unit of Hellenic Royal Guard finally gave in. And, yeah, I don't think... Oh, the Wolf Warriors are gone too. Volksmen, 93 kills, trying to come around. Going to try and get a nice little side charge or a rear charge here, I would imagine. That's how best to utilize them. Don't want to leave them in combat for a long time. Just real quick. I mean, it's shock infantry. In and out, in and out. But yeah. I believe that that is going to be it. Pretty good battle. This is a very good battle, actually. I tell you what, I really thought the attackers were going to lose once we saw what was happening with Seleucid, but I guess I was wrong. Usually, I mean, I feel like that attacking over here is more difficult than on this side over here. I mean, over here, at least you have more open area over here. And even if you set your army up over here, you can still make your way over here and mount these walls or knock them down, whatever. I played a match once, let me slow it down real quick, where I was on the left flank with some tortoises and whatever, and I just shifted my entire army over here. And the person who was paired up against me, I think they were actually playing as Epirus, started cursing me out because I used, quote, well, these aren't his words, these are my words, tactics in a real-time tactical game to outsmart and outmaneuver him. And he was pissed because he had set down a bunch of deployables, sharpstone beds, hidden stakes, you name it, he put it up. And he was mad because I wasn't going to traverse through that minefield of deployables. And we ended up winning, too. Yeah. Actually, on Athens, it's probably like one of my favorite things to do. If I think that I can pull it off, is to just abandon attacking the wall here and shift my attention over here. And there's, if they don't respond quickly enough, just bum rush to the victory circle. Oh man, it's hilarious. All right. Samnites making their way up here. I guess they just want a nice view for when they die. Or maybe they think that this is going to be an easier, a more defensible position. I guess I can kind of see why they would think that. Because they're going to trickle out, so maybe they could do a better job of dealing with these guys, but I don't necessarily think that that's exactly how it works. I could be wrong, though. I've been wrong about stuff before. Alright, we're going to fast forward because I am almost positive that unless a meteor falls out of the sky and smashes this group of units here, our intrepid defenders are no more. They tried, and they failed. So, not a bad battle, a really good one, actually. I definitely enjoyed this quite a bit. Some notes. I think that this would have been over sooner if Seleucid hadn't gotten tunnel vision and had stuck near his allies. And then he would have been able to bring the full brunt of his army to the walls. Galatia, I think, made the right move in waiting and holding Epirus in place. And then it eventually forced Epirus to have to shift units to assist Suebi and Iceni. Yeah, they did a hell of a job. They really did. I didn't think they were going to win, but they did. I mean, clearly they pulled it off. So, Gorm Mjolnir with 1,956 kills. Hello? 272 for his general, 155 and 90. He only brought 2 archers. This must have been 11-7 for funds. 99 for his Cretans, 105 and 126 for the Atlantic Royal Guard, 86 and 164, love to see it, for the Thurian Spear, 117 for the Italian Spears, 135 for the Etruscan Hoplites, 196 for the Militia Hoplites, well done there, 114 for the Thessalian Cav, 92, 162, 113 for the Samnites. Mo getting 2,410 kills, the most out of everybody, actually. Good for you, bud. 256 for the General, 240 for the Scorpion, 172, 152, and 280 for the Chariots. So despite some setbacks with the Chariots, he still managed to do a bang-up job. 29 for the Veteran Riders, 183 for the Ambushers, not bad. 102, 116, and 54 for the Slingers, 93 and 93 for the Chosen Swordman. Levy Freeman, 7 and 70, and then 38, 203, 136, 82, and 104 for the Swordman. Emperor Candy Katsu getting 1,964 kills. 267 for his general. Well done there. 89, 92, 102, and 126 for the Bow Horseman. 182 for the Noble Horse, and then 41, 199, and 151 for the Spear Horse. I didn't even realize that he had more. 38, 111 for the Falksman. 45, 125, and 41 for the Axe Warriors, and 182 and 173 for the Noble Swords. Teddy Cole getting 1,829 kills. 123 for his general, 176, 125, 56, and 72 for the Slingers. Well done. Bloodsworn 115, 71, 90, 69, 90, and 85, 52. Club Levy 112. Oh my god. And 66. Hexbearer 7, and then Wolf Warrior 17, 50, 80, 67, 291, and 95. Big B is getting 1,975 kills, 127 for his general. The other Illyrian Noble Hoplites 40, 31, 175, 140, 83, and 62. Slingers 169, 112, 113, 169. Therios Spears 100, 43, 41, 55, 145, 108, and 86. And then 58 and 138 for the Celtic Warriors. American Duck 1,898 kills. 288 for his general. Well done. 276 for the Cappadocian Cav. 50 for the Ballista. 61, 115, and 93 for the Syrians. 29 for the Galatian Raiders. Galatian Legionaries. 169, 90, 92, 105, 114, 61, and 126. 121, 71, and 37 for the Galatian Swords. Rogel Dorn. 2,181 kills, 169 for the general, 208, 123, 159, and 145 for the archers. Well done with these guys. 85, 47, and 49 for the Celtic Warriors. Chosen Swords, 133, 135. Levy Freeman, 30, 12, and 40. And Oathsworn, 209, 229, 153, and 255. Well done. And then Goose, 801, 1,532 kills, 294. Not bad. For the Royal Peltas General, 12 and 51 for the Median Cav, 1, 9, 1, and 2. Oh boy. For the Archers, 41, 6, 2, 27 for the Hillman. Pikes, 89 and 25, and the Thorax Swords, 147, 84, 77, 163, 144, 26, almost 300 kills, 266, and 91. Damn, good job with that one unit. Woo. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I certainly did. Subverted my expectations for sure. But anyway, that's it for me. And as always, have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are while you're watching. Just have a good one. Peace out, guys.